Oh, God. Oh, God. Steven, it's all over. All of our investments in asscoin, all of our House of Decline investments in what was supposed to be the stablecoin asscoin have dried up.
Yeah, the ass dried up.
Yeah, the ass dried up, and now we're left with a really dry ass, and stuff is sticking to it.
And
no
coin whatsoever.
No coin at all. I mean, we have coin, but it's worth 0.0000000716420. And it's nice that they had the 420 at the end. That made me chuckle a little, even despite our financial failings.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak. I mean, I didn't think asscoin would ever go that deep down into a hole.
Yeah, I didn't ever think it would get up and get that shitty,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it would ever, get a lot of poop on its fingers,
And now we got poop all over our faces.
We got poop all over our fingers and our faces.
And our tiny dicks.
And our tiny penises, yeah, as well. That's how bad the shit was. Usually with your tiny penis, you can't get to the poopy part of the butt. That's...
Do you think there was a warning sign when they said asscoin was based on the ass chain instead of the blockchain?
Well, that's what we were investing in because we were appalled by, the environmental excesses of the blockchain. But what they promised is that the ass chain is a purely ass-based system. It was based off of proof of ass technology.
Yeah.
And which is much more environmentally friendly because all you have to do is show a picture of your ass and your asshole.
Yeah, but it turns out that there's been so many Brazilian butt lifts that the whole thing was inflated.
Yeah, exactly. It was a real tulip bulb market,
Yeah.
But the ass cheeks were the tulip bulbs, round and sumptuous like the tulip bulb. I jack off to a lot of that's why the tulip mania happens because they were jacking off to all the tulip bulbs,
And because of this Photoshop liquid filter tool, where you can make things look bulgier.
Yeah.
The whole market collapsed overnight.
Yeah. It was like when the S&P started valuing all those bad mortgages as good mortgages. It was based on sand. It was built on sand. You can't have an economic system. This is like the LIBOR scandal all over again.
And when there was no crawdad, we ate sand. You ate what?
It's amazing that you can find humor in these dire times. These dire times of us losing all of our money to asscoin.
Yeah.
But, we got to get back down to our roots. We were big media moguls, we were big ad men, and now we're scam artists again. We're back to being scam artists again.
Back onto the scam grind.
Mm-hmm. Our initial scam was this podcast. I mean, that's the biggest scam of all. You're talking to a mic and people give you money, and all you have to do is say your terrible mind words over and over again, and they give you money? What do they want? So you're already participating in our initial scam, but that hasn't yielded a lot. We've done a lot of content, but that scam hasn't paid off yet. We're playing the long game with that scam. The podcast is a long scam game. But we have...
Losing all our income on asscoin is good, because I do have a humiliation fetish.
That is wonderful. It is good to have a humiliation fetish, too, because then you can never be humiliated, right?
Well, you can be, but you just get a boner.
Yeah, but that's good, because it's good when that... So if you had, The Office, if you had an Office situation where you're like, I'm lovable character, Michael Scott, and oh no, I called you the bad word, you would get an erection, and then you would be happy,
Yeah, I guess erections are the only thing that makes me happy.
Or if you went to a blue-haired Starbucks barista, and you didn't know what pronouns to use, and then they called you out, and everyone pointed and laughed at you. Because you were at...
Wow. That sounds like an intense Starbucks.
Yeah, humiliation fetish.
Is that what it's like now outside in Starbucks?
That's what happens to you daily in Starbucks, is you're constantly misgendering somebody, and then people are telling you to eat shit, kill your mother,
Yeah, you have to walk through like a sloppy gauntlet where they throw frappuccinos at you, and it turns out that slopping it up's your other fetish.
Hey, slosh gauntlet. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone likes a slosh gauntlet.
Love to get sloshed.
Yeah, who doesn't love to get sloshed? But not in the drunk sense.
No.
In the sloshing sense, you know.
Oh yeah, right. Sloshed.
Sloshed?
Sloshed.
Yeah, you gotta get sloshed.
We're slosh bros.
We're slosh bros. You know, I mean, that's one of our scams is the slosh bros. Because you've heard of sploshing or sloshing, right?
Sploshing or sloshing?
Sploshing? They're interchangeable. You can say both. Sploshing or sloshing.
Okay.
And that's a sexual fetish where people, they like to bathe in whipped cream, oil, mud, chocolate sauce, various types of viscous liquid because of the physical sensation on your body, And I feel like that's a good, because it's like when you pick your substance that you like to slosh in.
Yeah.
That's like choosing your starter Pokemon, right? That's your personality, Your personality's wrapped up in what you choose to slosh with.
I choose you, baked beans.
Exactly. And you nurture it and you care for it and your relationship with it grows and eventually,
Baked beans has evolved into blood pudding.
Sloshing and blood pudding. That's some advanced technique right
splosh. There. I think it is splosh.
It's sploshing.
Yeah.
It is sploshing. But, that's the Slosh Bros guarantee is that we say it different.
Oh, okay.
That's how we scam them, right? We say it a little different.
We say it's slosh when it's splosh.
We say it's slosh when it's splosh. But people will know what it is, but they'll just know that we're different and thus special and thus better than the regular sploshing. I know that I've chosen my sploshing substance. It is, of course, shaving cream. I'll bathe in shaving foam. Bathe in shaving foam and rub it all over my anus and testicles and all over my body. My hair's going to get in it, and then I'm going to sell it back to you, the sloshing consumer, as Gamer Boy foam.
Yeah.
As Gamer Boy bath foam. And
how much for 1 ounce of Gamer Boy bath foam?
It's a fair price. It's $50 for an ounce of Gamer Boy bath foam.
Okay.
Never a better deal you'll get on Gamer Boy bath foam. Don't buy Markiplier's Gamer Boy bath foam.
Yeah. I've heard his is fake.
Don't buy Destiny's Gamer Boy bath foam.
What about Vouch? Does he count as a Gamer Boy? Does he even play any games, or does he just talk about politics all the time? I
think he plays games. I think I don't know what he does. I know what he's not doing, and that's making his own Gamer Boy bath foam, and he's losing a fortune on that.
Yeah.
He could be making a fortune based off of our sloshing scam.
Can I change my splosh? I don't want to do baked beans anymore.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's basically like garroting your Squirtle, Steven. But that's basically like coming up behind your Squirtle and just stabbing it in the gut. Like saying, Squirtle, no!
Yeah.
I choose you,
Squirtle.
I really
want to do takoyaki batter.
Takoyaki batter, yes! What is that? Is that one of the ones that's listed on the Sploshing website?
No, I just came up with it myself. I mean, because it's got like bits of octopus in it. Good stuff. Good splosh stuff.
Do you intend to eat the raw batter, or do you just intend to splosh in it?
Just gonna splosh. I don't have that. You need like a special, machine with the circular. It's like a waffle iron, but it's got circles in it.
Yeah. I love those machines. Yeah.
I don't have one of those. I just use the batter for sploshing.
Yeah.
And the Japanese restaurant that I buy it from, they're like, "Oh, you must have your own takoyaki machine." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you get that's what they always ask, When you go to the Japanese restaurants and you buy the gallons of batter from them, they ask, "Oh, you definitely have a takoyaki machine."
Well, yeah.
It would be silly not to have that. And they ask you, what's your model? Is your model like a Fujitsu 7000? Is it a Kiyosaki 1480? And you're like, "Yeah, right on, man."
Yes to the first one.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know if there's any market for my used batter, but the Gamer Boy foam, I think I want to buy some. Where can I find that? I think we have that available at patreon.com/House of Decline.
Yeah, definitely have that available at patreon.com/House of Decline. Once you subscribe, you can DM us for Gamer Boy bath foam. And, we don't have a store for that because, the FDA is really on our case about it since 7 people died.
From ingesting the foam?
From ingesting the Gamer Boy bath foam, yeah. They were underage too, because that's who would buy such a thing. They used their parents' credit cards. So all of these 16-year-olds were dying across the country. In
Canada, credit is plural. It's credits cards.
Yeah. Credits cards, yes, absolutely.
Cards. Yeah.
Oh yeah, our credits cards. That's what we say. When we're down at the Tim's Hortons.
Yeah.
That's the plural for Tim Hortons. It's not Tim Hortons's, but rather Tim's Hortons.
1 Tim Hortons, 2 Tim's Horton.
2 Tim's Horton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, it's 2 Tim's Hortons.
Oh, okay.
So that's the first one. It's selling Gamer Boy bath foam to underage people.
That's going to take any Gamer Boy bath foam to underage people. I'm gay. Thank you.
We do sell it.
Sorry, I can't steal.
No, this is a scam. This is a scam. You stole the Cumtown bit?
It's too good though.
You stole the saying, the rapid disclaimer. That's not a Cumtown bit. The rapid disclaimer bit is a classic comedy bit.
But not when you had the trademarked "I'm gay."
I'm gay. Yeah, at the end. Yeah, that's a Cumtown bit. I think so. We got the Gamer Boy bath foam. I think we're doing another scam. It's a classic scam invented in the 1400s from classic Gujarati scam artists, and it's orphan dredging. And it sounds a lot worse than it is.
Yeah, what is that?
It's what you do is there's a lot of talented kids out there. There's a lot of song and dance specialists that are going unnoticed because they're orphans. They're locked up in the system. They're in a group home. They're getting savagely beaten every day by kids that don't understand their need to dance. And those kids are falling by the wayside. Not all of them are going to get auditions to the Fame School. So what you do is you go there, you set up a long table with you and 3 judges, and you audition all the orphans. You have orphan auditions. They prepare a monologue, maybe a song, maybe a dance, maybe a poem, maybe an interpretive free jazz clarinet solo. But the point is, we are auditioning orphans. We want to see who is the most talented orphan, and I think along with that, we're gonna get an army of kids. We're gonna get an army of actor kids, and that those are the most talented and well-adjusted kids of them all, the actor kids.
Mm-hmm, the actor orphans.
Yeah, because I was a kid actor, and what you do is not unlike a child abuser. Is you have to repeat the cycle of making other kids into actors, so that they have a disadjusted.
Did you ever have to do an audition where you had to sing Tomorrow?
Yeah, all of my auditions I sang Tomorrow, because it's just such a hit.
You were also pretending to be an orphan.
I wasn't actually an orphan. I had the advantage, but I reflect on my privilege. I had all these abilities to dress up in a red curly wig and, put on a red dress and sing Tomorrow at all my auditions and go, I love you, with tears in my eyes as my mother is hitting me in the back of the head with a newspaper going, you're not singing it high enough. You're not singing it high enough. I'll make an orphan out of you. You want me to kill myself? I'll make an orphan out of you.
I'm going to cut your balls off if you don't sing higher.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And there was a threat. That's, a Jewish stage mother, and I want to be a Jewish stage mother to these kids, I'll say, you want to kill me? I'll make you an orphan again. That's what I'm going to bring to them, and they'll fear it because the orphanage life is rough. So being with me, even if just marginally better, even if just marginally less torturous, is good for these kids.
Well, I mean, if you're in an orphanage, you'll probably learn to play chess in the basement and then go on to become some kind of chess superstar with a drug problem.
Absolutely. That's what happens constantly. And who's profiting off of it?
Netflix.
Who's taking, yeah. See, they're in the game. They got in the orphan game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Netflix also lost all their money on asscoin, and so they've been trying to figure out some scams. I hope they don't listen to this pod.
Yeah, they might steal our scams.
Yeah.
Well, let's brainstorm some Netflix scam shows that we could do right now. Like there's lots of bad Netflix shows out there.
I mean, there's a really bad one that's called "Is It Cake," where
I've seen that one.
They get someone who's good at making like realistic cakes of things that look like other things, and then they get people to guess if it's a cake or the real thing. And it's hosted by one of the more annoying SNL members. What's his name? Do you know the guy's name?
No, I don't know that guy. Bobby Moynihan?
No.
Tyron Killam?
It doesn't matter. He's like I think he might be one of the current SNL guys.
I don't
know.
Is
Anyway.
it cake? But that's like a Mikey Day. It's Mikey Day.
Oh, Mikey Day?
Yeah, that name is annoying to me even.
Oh, yeah, he kind of only has one thing he can do, which is like a Jim Carrey impression.
Yeah, it's sort of like a smug, wacky white guy.
It's kind of like how the only thing I can do is recycle old Cumtown bits.
Yeah, that's all that any of us can do. That should be our scam. We sell old Cumtown bits to people.
Our scam is we're gonna take Cumtown and put it through a transcript thing, and then just read it out. We need a fat guy. You're Adam.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am Stav.
He's funny sometimes. Adam's funny. Fine, I'll be Adam.
Adam. No, you don't have to. None of us. We don't have the same. We don't have that dynamic. We have the podcast duo dynamic where one of the guy is happy-go-lucky and one of the guy is a little mad.
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
But yeah, I think nothing bad has ever happened with child actors before. I think we could. It's one of the safest professions for children.
Didn't some of them die or something in one of those movies where like a helicopter?
As long as they're not working with John Landis.
Is that John Landis?
It's funny that John Landis couldn't land this helicopter.
Ouch. Everybody go look up that video.
Don't look at it's terrifying. You see a man and two children get immediately wiped out
by helicopter blades. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. You could probably find it on gorevideos.com.
Yeah, that's Al Gore's personal website.
I put my videos in a lockbox so no one can see them.
I really like the ISIS beheading videos. They really help me feel a sense of urgency because the planet is dying.
Make a movie about it. Maybe it'll help. What's the next scam?
Okay, so here's the thing with glasses, right?
Yeah.
Is you're losing money because you got to make two of them, right? You always got to make two glasses, right?
Yeah.
What if you could only make one? Monocles. Wow. Monocles are coming back in style,
okay.
And, the thing is, the gentry used to have them, but we're going to make them for everyone,
Monocles for the common man.
Monocles for the common man. Exactly. And we're going to get them. It's going to be a lifestyle. The people will get diamond-studded monocles, which will be very painful in your eye because it will, the diamonds will jut out into the outer reaches of your eyelid and eyebrow and serrate them badly. But people will do it anyway because it's so cool. And what the people who are coming of age now, 30-somethings, 40-somethings, they have a lot of spending power.
Is that what coming of age means? Turning 30?
No, I guess you come of age early. But people that have now the concentrated spending power in America and who have the ability to control the cultural narrative are millennials, stinky millennials, from the 90s, right?
Is that why everything sucks?
Yeah, that's why everything sucks, because we're in charge now. But it's the millennials' turn, and we're gonna drive this right into Dullsville. We're gonna smoke a lot of pot and love the 90s and miss the 90s and have nostalgia markers to Beavis and Butthead, and it's 90s nostalgia as well. It's like a Hot Topic shop, but or like a Spencer's Gifts or whatever those are. And one where you can get tchotchkes, you can get merch and tchotchkes. And we're going to combine the monocle fad and the 90s nostalgia fad. Our shop will be named Monocle Lewinsky's.
I'll put a laugh track in there.
That's good. You don't have to.
No, I will.
No, you don't put a laugh track in there because it's not meant to be laughed at. It's meant to be viewed with awe, Stephen.
Well, yeah, but the irony is that we're doing 90s nostalgia, and everything in the 90s had a laugh track, so...
Are you suggesting it should be Monocle from Friends?
Like, do you remember? Yeah, remember the Bill Clinton impeachment when C-SPAN had the laugh track?
It had the laugh track on the Bill. That was. It took me right out of the Bill Clinton. It destroyed my suspension of disbelief. Thank God we've disposed of that. Thank God now we only have laugh tracks on Al Gore's ISIS beheading video edits.
Yeah.
I put them in there because they're inappropriate.
Well, what was interesting about that impeachment was that it turned out that Bill had a sploshing fetish, and he would make Monica sit in a big cake.
Monica, I want you to sit in a big cake for me. I'm using my power over you. I am influencing you to splosh. That's sad. She was really taken advantage of.
Yeah, she had to sit in a big cake.
She had to sit in a big cake. This is 1,000,000 times better than what I forced other women to do. You're lucky. You're lucky, Monica. Don't ever forget that. I am a violent man.
It was a big cake. I mean, it was like it was this cake that filled the Oval Office.
Yeah, it was a really big splosh. Well, she had a really big ass. She had a great ass.
Wow, Al Pacino's here. Al Pacino, do you have a sploshing fetish?
I like to splosh. I like to get motor oil all over my dick and balls. I have a great ass.
It turns into him saying he has a great ass.
I have a great ass. He's looking at himself in the mirror. I have a great ass.
Al, you're supposed to be doing an audition for Taxi Driver, okay? You say, "Are you talking to me?" You don't say, "I have a great ass" over and over again.
It's orphan Al Pacino. Al Pacino was an orphan who got auditioned through orphan dredging. Lots of people don't know that.
Yeah. How would Al Pacino sing Tomorrow?
Tomorrow! Tomorrow! I love you! Tomorrow! Fucking stupid. But yeah, so our monocle shops, they'll have like 90s characters on the monocles. They'll have but they'll be transparent, so you'll be always looking through a transparent little Bart Simpson all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If we get the Simpsons license, that would be gold.
Oh, yeah, it's cheap now.
Yeah.
It's cheap to buy the Simpsons license.
I think, as a promotional material for the monocle shop, what we should do is we should get in the Goodyear blimp and rain monocles down from the sky.
Ooh, yeah.
Rain free promotional monocles.
Just throw little bits of glass and metal down at the ground.
Absolutely.
From 1 mile up.
But they'll have the monocle like little fabric streamers, so there'll be an amusing little tail as it,
as it embeds itself in your skull. You'll pick up the little streamers. You'll read, Monocle Lewinsky's shop is opening at my mall.
Yeah, and after that, the monocle just thunks inelegantly into your eye, and
yeah. Hey, well,
people
if we're lucky,
will remember it.
Some of the monocles we're throwing will take out a couple of people's eyes, and then they'll really be in the market we're looking for.
Yeah, you need monocles. You need monocles when you're blind. Or, why purchase glasses when you could get 2 monocles,
Right.
That's what we should convince, we should convince everyone that the band holding their glasses together in the middle makes them look dorky, And we should, no band, That's what we should be saying, What's good about a DJ? No band. And, nobody likes bands anymore, Everyone likes DJs, and DJs wear 2 monocles, like 2 turntables. These are a scam.
Is it true that no one likes bands anymore?
No, people like bands.
I don't know. See, I'm so out of touch with like what the culture is. I have no idea what's going on out there. You guys got to email houseofdecline@gmail.com and let us know. Which reminds me, we got a piece of fan mail.
Got a piece of fan mail. Hell yeah.
We got a piece of fan mail last week. Let me pull it up here.
Pull up the fan mail.
Yeah.
Pull up the fan mail. What does it say? This will be helpful.
Okay.
Well, we might be able to scam this person.
This comes from a fan named Jack. And Jack writes, Dear House of Decline, in your most recent podcast episode, you spelled out the name Zachary in Australian. The Australians would say Z, not Z. Mm-hmm. I've never even left the U.S., and I know this. Where are your fact checkers? I'm shocked, saddened, and also disgusted. So that's a mystery. I replied to Jack that we were going to try to figure out what happened. And it turns out we got another piece of mail from the Zachary in question.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God. The plot development. There's more to this story.
Yeah. Turns out he's not actually Australian.
Oh no.
He's from Pennsylvania.
Well, so that's why he's one of those Australian Pennsylvanians that you see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Like,
this is how they talk in Pennsylvania. We're going to the Wawa. Oh yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get a chicken Sammy down at the Wawa. Yeah. Who else is Ben Roethlisberger? No, he's Ben Roethlisberger. No.
Is Mark Wahlberg? Is he Australian?
Mark Wahlberg. He's an Australian Pennsylvanian.
No, he's from the Massachusetts or something. Where's he from?
Yeah, he's a Boston man.
Oh, okay.
From Boston. But for the sake of the bit, it's funny if he's an Australian Philly. Yeah. I'm Mark Wahlberg. I'm an Australian from Philly. The reason why I do my other voice is because people like Boston guys. You know. Hey, Mark Wahlberg. I'm confused all the time. What am I doing? What are we gonna do? I opened up a burger store with my brothers. It was originally called Brother Burgers, but then we realized my name and last name says Berg, so we called it Wahlburgers. Yeah, I love Mark Wahlberg. I could talk like him.
Has Wahlburgers made it up to Canada yet?
Yeah, we have a Wahlburgers. Absolutely.
Wow, it's a cross-national. What's it called when a business bridges two companies? Cross-national, transnational?
A binational. Pan-national.
Pan-national. We're pan-national. We're House of Decline Industries is pan-national.
We're pan-national.
3% of our listeners hail from Germany.
There you go.
And I say hail with all sense of irony.
There you go. They'll love that. There's one thing that Germans love. It's being reminded about the Nazis. That's what Germans love most of all.
I love doing it. I always like, hey, you guys, you remember? Do you remember? You know
all that stuff. Yeah, we know. Our grandparents went a little crazy, and now we have to pay for it with your jokes, with your jibes. Now, we had a word for the jokesters in Germany, and you know what we did for the people who told jokes in Germany. I think you know what. Now I'm referencing it.
Yeah.
I got my.
Yeah, they wiped out their whole entertainment industry in one go.
I think that's funny. The reason why there aren't any German comedians is because they killed all the Jews.
Yeah, that's why there aren't any German bagels.
There are German bagels. They're good.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the German, the bagel is essentially just a breakfast pretzel.
Oh, I don't. This is going into a deep, probably pretty vicious conversational terrain. All I know is that in Michigan, you cannot find a good bagel at all.
What about a breakfast pretzel, though? Steven, I just got a great idea for a new scam, breakfast pretzels.
I don't know what's going on here, but I don't leave my house. If you in Michigan, if you leave your house, you immediately get contaminated with some kind of horrible industrial sludge that's left over from Dow Chemical or DuPont Chemical or all these different chemical companies. Basically, in the 50s, were allowed to they didn't have to even dump their shit in a river. They just polluted the land around them. So, really everything should be built on stilts. And our basement has like black sludge that comes up from the drains, and it's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, it's good. You're just taking ambient poison damage constantly.
Before I realized that we had radon in the basement, I used to do my weed vaping down there. So I was just down in the basement inhaling as hard as I possibly could for for about a year. So that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's great.
I think it's great where I think toxic places are great. I think when they were making the movie Stalker, they went into Ukraine and these old abandoned nuclear facilities in Russia, and everyone got cancer from doing that movie.
Really?
And it really, everyone got cancer and died because they were shooting in basically irradiated locations.
Wow.
And and from that area of and that's what we're fighting for over there. That's what our boys are fighting for, is the irradiated area of Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, what's our next scam?
Our next scam, home radiation kits now. It's home butchery kits.
Butchery.
Right? Home butchery kits. So you know how everybody loves make it yourself at home kits. They mail the groceries right to you. You don't got to go to the grocery store. You don't got to schlep those groceries. You don't got to spend all those precious waking hours, sitting behind someone. And, they're talking up to the cashier and they're being real chummy. And you're sweating, like, I have to go home. I have to watch Deadwood. And you're getting very angry at them because they're preventing you from watching Deadwood. And, that's what a lot of people fear nowadays of going to the store. Also, you might get COVID. You might die. That's just a risk you have from going anywhere now. So, but you want meat. You want fresh meat. You want the butcher counter quality meat. And what's more is that you're a man's man. Or you're a woman's woman. You do whatever, but you like doing it yourself. You like working with your hands. You like getting down and dirty. You just want carcasses. You want to play with carcasses. So that's why our home butchery kits, we will mail the carcass to you. No muss, no fuss. Carcasses right to your door, Yeah,
you're a whatever's whatever. You love to play with carcasses is our slogan.
Yeah. You're a whatever's whatever. You love to play with carcasses. That's going to be... But where the scam element comes in is it's just roadkill. It's just roadkill. We're shoveling roadkill off the street, and you're gonna. I mean, obviously, we choose the ones that don't have as many tire marks on them.
Okay, so we get paid twice. Once by the county.
Yeah.
To what are they? You got counties up there in Canada. What do you call your county?
Yeah, we call them counties.
That's cool. So you find some roadkill in a county, and it's stinking up the place, man. It's stinking up the whole county. So
get up the whole dying county there.
Yeah. So you go, and now generally in America, our counties have like administration officials or some kind of place that you can go and they're the ones that make.
You can hand in the roadkill. You can have your big dripping sack of roadkill.
For instance, I know that in Texas where they have a hog problem, feral hog problem. It was memed to death about 2 years ago.
30 to 50 feral hogs. But that phrase makes me laugh every time I think about it.
Yeah, you can turn in each hog you turn in. They give you $50.
Wow, that's a lot per hog. But they imagine they weigh a lot, so it's like schlepping them over there. Probably
it's dangerous too. Those hogs are dangerous. I think they were making fun of the guy for saying that. I can't remember, but they are rather dangerous.
Well, because it was attached to it was a gun rights argument, so that's why people were. Because the guy said, "I need a gun," but it's just the specificity of 30 to 50. That's what was funny about it. It was
he needed an automatic rifle or something.
Yeah, you need an automatic rifle to start mowing down. It's just immediately a very funny image in your head. Of
That's what life is like in Texas. That's why they all have automatic weapons, because there's just they have a feral hog problem.
A feral hog problem. And, but, what do we do with these hogs? What are we doing with it? We're just throwing them away? No. Home butchery kits, know.
Feral hogs taste terrible because what they eat is generally like poo-poo.
Garbage and shit and, and turds and cans, turds and cans mostly.
Yeah, hogs that have eaten mostly metal.
Yeah, so if you want some very metallic tasting beef.
They mostly eat bullet casings.
Yeah, they mostly eat bullet casings.
That's the most common form of litter there is bullet casings. Yeah. From trying to shoot all the hogs.
Yeah, because every day in Texas, a no country for old men style shootout happens in the desert, and these hogs are just a huge cadre of them are just roaming through the desert eating bullet casings.
Is there a thing where people it's like one step below cannibalism? You like to eat the flesh of something that ate the flesh of a human?
Oh, that's interesting. Get revenge on the animal by eating it.
Maybe you're getting revenge on your enemy though, because you feed your enemies to the pigs and then you eat the pigs later.
Oh, okay. So you can launder the cannibalism.
Yeah.
I feel it doesn't work because the pigs poop them out, so there's not much. I guess the enemy is sort of inspirited.
When you say it doesn't work, you mean like the mojo you get from eating another human?
Yeah, I feel like it would transfer but it would be diluted with the pig mojo. So you'd be mostly getting the pig mojo.
Oh, all right. Well,
and not getting if you're trying to become a Wendigo, I don't think that way would work.
Yeah, can you explain what a Wendigo is?
Wendigo is it comes from indigenous North American indigenous mythology. People have depicted it with deer horns, but it doesn't necessarily come with deer horns. But it is a creature associated with cannibalism and hunger and winter. And it usually is as the myth goes, if you consume human flesh, you become a Wendigo. And
is it related to a Winnebago?
It is no. A Winnebago a Winnebago is I believe they were a tribe. A Winnebago is a tribe of Indians that was later appropriated for a motorhome company. So,
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's what happens. If you're lucky, if you're an indigenous person and you're lucky, your tribe's name will then become associated with a popular consumer good. Can you imagine if we had Lenape Cola? Or if we had Ho Chunk Cola? I would love Ho Chunk Cola.
Well, these references are lost on me as an American. I have no idea what you're talking about.
There you go. You wouldn't want Lax Qualm's perfume?
What?
I'm naming tribes. I'm naming tribes that I know. I'm naming nations. I'm naming indigenous nations.
Didn't we, isn't most of Ohio like that?
Just stuff named after indigenous?
Yeah, I think most of Ohio is like that.
Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee,
Upstate New York is kind of like that too.
Yeah. That's a very savage thing to do, is destroying a people and then naming all your shit after them.
Everything in Michigan is named after Ukrainian Nazis. So we have Banderas Street, that kind of stuff. It's weird.
Yeah. Stepan Pantera is an idea that
that's
I had.
Funny. That's not far off. That's not far off from what Phil Anselmo's like already.
Yeah, I like Phil Anselmo going to Ukraine and going walk, and then he's riddled with bullets.
It's fucking hostile.
Was Dimebag there? But didn't his brother die violently too? Didn't Dimebag's brother die violently, or did he just he died?
He stepped on a bear trap.
Stepped on a bear trap.
And no one was around. He didn't have the balls to gnaw his own leg off, or saw it off with a pocket knife or anything. What's his name? James Franco.
127 hours. Yeah, Aaron Ralston is the name of the guy that had to cut his arm off after being. I would like to see a movie. I didn't like that movie, because I just don't respect a guy that gets his arm caught in a boulder in the first place. Seemed like a weak-minded guy. I don't respect your efforts to get out. You shouldn't have been there.
It's too. I couldn't see it. It's just too long. I'm not going to be in the theater for 127 hours.
It's too long. It's too long.
That's insane.
Editing, James Franco. Have you ever heard of editing? This was the same problem as the Never-Ending Story.
Yeah.
And all of the movies, any movie that contains a reference to time in the title. For example, 28 Days Later. I can't sit in the theater for 28 days. 28 weeks later. Now you're fucking kidding me. What is this? A Bella Tar movie? Are we making Bella Tar references?
You're too smart for me.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not. So I just know what Bella Tar is. I haven't actually seen. Bella Tar made a movie called Satan Tango that's 10 hours long. That's literally all I know. And I am able to make that reference.
Well, Andy Warhol made some movie of some lady sleeping that's like 10 hours long, right?
Man, he must have really liked women.
The straightest guy there ever was.
He was the straightest guy on earth. But Andy Warhol, he wasn't even gay either. He was more like sort of like this asexual nymph. He's probably gay though. He's probably bisexual.
He could have just been Andy Warhol,
Yeah.
Maybe everybody's got their own individual orientation.
Why do we gotta put labels on?
Why we gotta put labels on everything?
Yeah, I'm not bisexual. I'm me. I'm me sexual.
Yeah.
I only like the things that I like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how we should do like a paraphilia forward social media app.
Mm-hmm.
Where everyone is like encouraged to tailor their app around their paraphilia. Like you have the sploshing guys.
I know what my paraphilia is though.
What's your paraphilia?
Auto-assassinophilia.
Auto-assassin, the wanting to get killed.
Yeah.
The killing yourself.
Yeah.
That's a pretty complicated one. You can only do that one once.
Well, you have to it's just being in life-threatening situations.
Oh, okay. So you're just constantly putting yourself in life. I wonder if a lot of army guys have that.
It's kind of like that movie Crash.
Yeah, but they specifically got off on car crashes. It's the gnashing metal, I think.
Yeah. It's interesting. There haven't been like a lot of other movies like Crash. Maybe we could like try to rip that off, but with a different,
Yeah, that's our new scam. Instead of Crash, people get off on severe mandolin injuries,
Like the instrument or
like the kitchen device that's really easy to cut yourself very badly
the
on.
Slicer.
Yeah, the slicer. But what if some people get like slicer injuries? Like also like butcher slicers. I've always had nightmares about slicing my hand on one of those.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That to me is like one of the scariest implements because I also don't like the idea of getting sliced apart. But I think a lot of there must be a paraphilia where they like the idea of being sliced.
I know there's one with like where you get your head cut off. Because I remember that great anime. Do you remember seeing that great anime of like the person whose fetish it is to like get their head cut off right when they're coming?
No,
it's one of the funniest animes.
Pretty good.
It's a manga. Pretty good. I think. And they find someone to oblige them and.
There you go.
It's a great scene.
I like that one because it's like it sort of mimics that thing that you see in insects sometimes where they have sex once and then they die.
Yeah.
I like the idea of only being able to get off once and that's it. And that's, that's your death. Maybe we should do... I feel like people would be more down with assisted suicide if, you also get to come while you're doing the assisted suicide. So, Have we done like happy assisted suicides? Are there happy assisted suicides?
What do you mean?
Because I think the problem with the whole assisted suicide thing is they've had this sad image, Kevorkian, sad guy. He makes a lot of sad. I think there should be, a sense of ceremony and purpose and sort of joy around it with like big-eyed characters.
Oh, kind of like in Midsommar.
Yeah. Or like, I had this idea the other day. If like you're gonna get electroshock therapy, why not make the machine look like Pikachu, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're unconscious when you do electroshock, though.
Well, yeah, but you'd want to be conscious if it was Pikachu administering the electroshock therapy to you.
Okay. What if they just tell people it's Pikachu? Like, Americans are so like infantilized and self-infantilized in 20 or 30 years. Should just be like, there'll be like a sad, fat anime nerd getting electroshock therapy, being like, it's Pikachu, right? And then the doctors are like, yeah.
Yes,
it's Pikachu.
Caleb, it's Pikachu, yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I think we should make the assisted suicide machines. You know, we should make them look like cartoon characters. Have like a minion assisted suicide machine.
Okay, that's
where he goes, you know, as it's pumping the suicide juice into you, it goes banana. I think that would go over really well. I think, you know, that's one scam. We gotta pursue. So there was another idea that you had where it was it's a fake wig shop where people think we're selling them real wigs, but we're actually selling them fake wigs.
Yeah, we can make a lot of money. Real wigs go for like $2,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they're made of like real hair and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the hair takes so long to grow, and
yeah.
If we want to combine the orphan thing, though, we could just use their hair.
You're right. We could. It's you know, they cost nothing. They're orphans. Huh?
Yeah, the government gives us money to keep them, and we don't have to do much with the money. You know, we get to keep the money.
Yeah, and what we're doing is, you know, the assisted suicide machine juice, it doesn't work on the orphans because they're kids and they got that kid energy. But what it does do is it accelerates their hair growth because it contains a strange hormone in it.
Yeah. The suicide juice doesn't work on the orphans.
Definitely doesn't work. We've tried. Yep. We've tried it before. You know, like
this one kid's hair just started growing at a voluminous rate.
Yeah. So, you know, and you know, these are fake wigs. It's not real hair. The hair is like brittle and stringy, and you know, it's not attractive hair. But you can, you know,
kind of looks like silly string.
Yeah. So it makes it very easy to shear off of their head, though, you know. So, but you know, we added some Photoshop filters to it, and then everybody buys them, you know, because you've heard of real life Photoshop filters, right?
What do you mean?
You know, you just Photoshop filter something, and then in real life, it's there, it's golden. Real life Photoshop filters. You know, that's what our scam should be. That's what our scam should be, because the reality altering power of real life Photoshop.
Oh, I just found out about Buttcoin. You want to invest all of our remaining money in Buttcoin?
Maybe move from asscoin to Buttcoin?
Yeah, going from asscoin to Buttcoin. We should really go from asscoin to mouthcoin. So Buttcoin, what are its stats? What are its specs? What are its standards? One Buttcoin is worth 0.000000001 for 2069.
Whoa!
It's a really good number.
It's a great number. We're buying the dip. We're buying the dip of Buttcoin. We can get so many Buttcoins for like $1.
Matt, there's these guys in the South who are barely online, and there's like just sort of hearing in the ether, like, oh man, everybody's buying dip. I better go stock up before my dip runs out. I don't want my grizzly bear to run out. Everybody's buying the dip.
Everyone buying the dip, you know. You know, that shit. That I need that.
I need my dip. God damn it! All these techno woodgy waggers buying the dip.
This Elon Musk moving to Texas. He's not Texas. He doesn't chew any dip. He's not dipping.
Is Elon Musk moving to Texas?
I think he did move to Texas.
He did?
Right? For tax purposes.
That's funny.
A classic. I think there's a bunch of, or Tesla Incorporation going on.
I guess we haven't really covered the news on this program in a while.
Well, that's because the news is a scam. So let's read the news. What's going on in the news?
Let me go to news.com.
News.com. Where we all get.
Wow, nothing. There's nothing on the news.
There's nothing on the news.
That's cool.
Something I read. I read this for some reason. I read this L.A. Times piece today about Ellen DeGeneres, the lost queer icon. It has this great image of dark Ellen, and she's like in a fractured mirror, showing the fractured nature of Ellen's psyche.
Oh man, you know what she needs now if she wants to make a comeback? It's like a badass facial scar.
Yeah, absolutely.
She comes back with like a scar going from her eye down to her mouth, and she's evil Ellen now.
Yeah, she should have a sullen demeanor, and she should talk like, I'm Ellen. Welcome to Ellen. Be kind to each other. Yeah, she should
Ellen got like Joker-fied.
Yeah, she got Joker-fied, Ellen. Well, then she might be funny. Boom! Roasted, Ellen. You're not funny. The Joker is funnier than you. In that movie, he wasn't funny at all. That's the point. He's a bad comedian. You know, maybe Dave Chappelle will become Joker-fied.
That'd be cool. If he started wearing the goth makeup, he gets bullied so much online. He's just going to become sad Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. I'm rich, bitch. Oh, my God.
What's up? We got time for one more scam. And you got anything?
Got time for one more scam. It's the Tiny Penis Store.
Ooh, I love the Tiny Penis Store.
Got the Tiny Penis
Store. It's like, got everything you need. If guys with a tiny penis, got everything that you need. Small, tight pants so you can see your boner better. Because with these big baggy pants, you can't even see a boner.
It's a store for men with the tiny penises. You know? Yeah. You don't buy tiny penises there.
No.
But it's like for the tiny penis man.
Yeah. It's like tiny Prince Albert rings.
Yeah.
For those who want to pierce their tiny penis.
Tiny cock clothing. You know, it's like the Baby Gap for penises. You know how there are all those penis clothing stores. You know, you put a little sailor outfit on your penis.
Yeah, you go to the regular penis store and you're looking for sailor outfits, and all of them are huge and they don't fit, and it's so embarrassing to be like, do you have an extra small sailor outfit for my wang?
And they're like, no. They're like, they laugh at you, or they point at your penis and they laugh at you.
Point and laugh.
This is a store where we will not point and laugh at your tiny penis.
Yeah, we carry everything from extra small to extra small.
We will even do measurements on you. We'll take up these garments and we'll stretch out a tape measure, and it will have just a little noise going.
Is your penis so tiny that there isn't a tape measure in existence small enough to measure it? Not a problem anymore.
We have our extra small tape measures.
Have you ever heard of the picometer? Those are the units on our tape measures, buddy.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You will feel so much better when you hear how many picometers your penis is.
I'm 10,000 picometers. I'm huge. Goddamn. And, you know, as a man, you have a right to feel huge. That's our motto.
You don't need to buy a large truck or a gun.
No. You just need to buy an appropriately sized penis sailor outfit at the Tiny Penis Store.
We also have tiny penis policeman outfits.
Yeah.
Tiny penis pirate outfits with a tiny eye patch. I love those.
And here's the scam. Where the scam comes in is that, you know, we're just getting all the unsold product from the average penis store, and we can make like one of their average penis costumes. We can make like 10 tiny penis costumes out of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty lazy, so I just put mine in the washing machine on the hot cycle.
Right,
yeah,
you
down.
Have it shrink it up. You know, lots of ways. Shrinky Dinks, you know. Which
Shrinky
is,
Dinks.
you know, that's the name of our store.
That's the name of the store.
That's the name of the store. I hope that doesn't belong to anybody else.
Shrinky Dinks?
Yeah, I hope Shrinky Dinks isn't already an existing
Who in their right mind would name a store Shrinky Dinks?
Who in their right mind would name a store Shrinky Dinks? No, they are a product, though.
I have to look
They
it
are
up.
a product. I think. No, Shrinky Dinks, Steven, in order to going meta outside the bit right now, they are a product.
Yeah, they are.
They're that thing where you put the little pieces of plastic paper in the oven and they shrink.
Wow.
The Shrinky Dinks.
Well, maybe we can. Do you think we can buy that whole? Well,
I think we can get that whole brand. You know,
if
who's it owned
Butcoin
by?
does well, we can buy Shrinky Dinks.
Yeah, we will buy Shrinky Dinks and then, destroy all the Shrinky Dinks in the world and then continue our tiny penis garment.
Shrinky Dinks are hugely popular in Iran.
Absolutely.
Huge there.
Huge in Iran.
They love because it's just make it small.
What was your attempted Iranian accent?
That's it. That's what it was.
Oh, just make it small.
Yeah, make it small.
That's what they say. Make it small.
Evil dictator with a nuclear weapon, make it small.
That's what? Why are you? When did you become so anti? I love Persia. I love Iran. I love the Iranian.
No, that's the Shah. Khomeini. He's the one.
That's not the Shah. It's not the Shah. You're just saying words.
I meant the Ayatollah. Sorry.
Just saying all your Iran words. The Shah was the guy that they deposed, and then everything went to the
the Shah was our guy. He was the pro-U.S. guy. He was the good guy.
He was the good guy. He was the good guy.
What was his name? His name was John Boyega. Is that what his name was?
His name was John Boyega. His name was Harry Shaw.
Harry Kondabolu? What?
Harry Kondabolu. Harry Kondabolu was the Shah of Iran.
Well, the Shah of Iran, he loved the rinky dinks, and now the Ayatollah grabbed them all.
And
I love to make it small.
And that's the Iranian Revolution right there. You don't even need to read Persepolis. You don't even need to read that wonderful graphic novel or the movie.
You trying to own me on world history, bro? Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't need to own you on world history because I own the greatest brand of all time, Shrinky Dinks, or at least I soon will when Buttcoin when Buttcoin enters the market. Buttcoin gets really popular.
That'd be great.
Well, I think we've run through all the scams that we can possibly run through. We've had a good scam session.
Yeah. Well, if you want more scams, go to patreon.com/House of Decline and we'll scam it up.
Yeah, we'll scam you good. You won't even know you're being scammed. You'll think you're being helped.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But in reality, you will have lost most of your blood.
We're gonna splosh with your blood.